right now we're going to take a very
So,
unconventional...
oh, is it okay to be looking at you?
No, we're going to
Okay.
do that first and then... Right, Mr. Tommy Weber, and he's actually the author of some very interesting books that we're going to hear about. And we've got the son of a minister right next to him and his friend and someone who's helping along the process, and this is Mr. Joe Risk. Now, I have to get right into it because you guys are coming with a very interesting premise. Traditionally, people think I'm sick, I need to take medication. You say no.
Well, if I was going to give you, Patricia, something that would give your entire family, all of your friends, all of your loved ones, everybody you know, a 50% reduction in the incidence of all degenerative diseases, cancer, diabetes, strokes, heart attacks, you name it, and it was simple, and it was in the medical research, and it's been there for 40 years, would you do it?
Absolutely.
Everybody says that. And then I tell them it's drink water. And they go, what? And I go, yeah, drink water. It'll give you a 50% reduction in all these diseases across the board. A doctor named Batman Geheldi introduced that to the National Institute of Health in the United States in 1981.
How much water are we talking about? Do I need to drink gallons and gallons every day?
No. That's a fallacy too, Patricia. You know, it's just like anybody else. You know, people get into these hype things in health. And it's, you know, the diets and things. Obesity, for instance, which is wrapped around diabetes. Fat is, and overweight is something that children cannot hide. So it's something that they're affected by all the time, especially when they go to school. And, you know, this is not a weight problem. Fat is not a weight, over-fat is not a weight problem. It's an inflammation problem. Mm-hmm. So if you're drinking water and you're 30 years old, for instance, you've been doing this since you're 16 years old, and somebody weighs 250 pounds and they're trying to lose 50 or 60 pounds. And this is a personal opinion because I've been doing this for 35 years. I've been working with cancer patients for 35 years and children with health challenges for that long. But, you know, you don't want somebody to give their body permission from a God perspective to weigh 250 pounds. So you take the time in their life when they were the most healthy. So say when they were coming out of high school or coming out of college or coming at the end of grammar school or just starting their career like you did when you started in television, Patricia. And you say, okay, this is what I weighed when I was my healthiest. So I want to take 45% of that in ounces. I don't know what the transformation is into the metric system, but in ounces. So say someone is 250 pounds and when they were 15 or 16 years old, they weighed 140 pounds. Then they would probably be best drinking about 60 or 70 ounces of water a day and not gulping it and not drinking it cold. Drinking it at room temperature or a little bit below, because that's about 60 degrees and your body runs at 98.6.
Tommy speaks about something that sounds overly simplistic. I mean, you think, if you tell people to drink water, if it is such a wonderful thing, why isn't the world doing this? Why aren't we healing ourselves with water?
Advertising. You know, God didn't create Pepsi. He didn't create Kool-Aid. He created water. And people get caught up because of the advertising, and they start drinking it because it gets shoved down our throat, and it's not healthy for us.
You're saying something right now that I'm sure is going to upset a lot of people, a lot of physicians, a lot of pharmaceutical companies, manufacturers of drugs, people who make a living off healing
you just said it. They make a living off of it. They'd rather have you. In our country, in the United States, Tommy likes to say, we don't have health care. We have sick care, because it's about taking care of someone after the fact, not stopping it before it even happens. And that's what we're talking about, preventing disease before it even happens.
Let's talk about your work here in Jamaica. You are here for how long, and what is the actual program that you're going to be here doing?
Well, I've been in and back and forth in Jamaica for quite some time now with different projects. I've helped projects get funded. I've helped startup projects get funded down here. I've helped ongoing businesses get funded down here and in the States. And when Tommy came out with the book, Believe in Better, he's got a couple of books, Chasing Miracles and Believe in Better. And we know that the problem of diabetes is not just rampant around the world, but specifically on the island of Jamaica. And because of the fact that I spent a lot of time here, and Tommy spent a lot of time in St. Martin, we wanted to come down and give back to Jamaica a way for people to stay healthy and a better quality of life. So we're down here specifically to launch this book and to empower the people of Jamaica to manage their health better, live a better life, and a longer, healthier life.
We're talking about two books, Believing Better and Chasing Miracles. So the person who says, this is some spiritual mumbo-jumbo, higher level thing, how do you respond to that?
Well, the white paper that we did, this book, okay, this study was run, he's saying, this was done by a team of people. And that was started as a white paper. It was run by a PhD in biochemistry in Australia. And we did the study on both sides of the world so that they couldn't say it was a cultural anomaly. And the unfortunate situation is that people think that, especially with medication, you just take, God created a way for your body to handle glycemic responses, Patrill. And, you know, he made insulin in a specific way inside us. Nobody knows how this machine works. This machine has 140 trillion working parts. And if it didn't repair and replicate itself, we would all be in big trouble.
Because this, so this is not you speaking about something you believe, a gut feeling.
No,
this is actually something that you've researched, that you've put a lot of time and work into.
This is a 2-year study run by, as I said, a doctor in biochemistry. He's also a medically trained osteopath. We worked with the physicians. My nephew is a Navy SEALs doctor. I have 3 daughters who are nurses. My sister was on the 2nd open heart surgery team in the world, so in St. Vincent's Hospital in New York. So this is not about the doctors and nurses. Doctors and nurses go to school thinking that they're going to help people, and they think they want to spend their lives giving back to people. So that's not what this is about. The problem with a lot of the diseases is that they're lifestyle diseases. We're not looking to point fingers at anybody. We're looking at people to look in the mirror and say, I can do this better. I can do this in a better way with things that are in the medical research. Some of these things have been in the medical research for over 70 years. And what Joe was saying is, you know, we have this form of medicine, this biopharmacological form of medicine, where people think that if you just take a medication, that's going to take care of everything. Right. Well, that's not asparagus. Got you. That's not bananas. That's not mangoes.
That's not water.
Okay, and it's not water.
Got you.
So, you know, and go ahead.
No, I just actually wanted to find out from Joe because, boy, I wish we could talk some more about this because it's a very interesting stuff. But we want to find out, we want people to get their hands on the books. Where can they get them?
At Natural Health, right now it'll be at Natural Health in the Orchid Village. Mr. Chin over there will be carrying the books, and actually we're going to go meet with him after the show, but he'll be carrying the books, and we'll get it in more stores, but that's where you'll be able to get it right now here in Kingston.
Gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, and I want to encourage everybody, drink more water.
Can I tell you one more thing, because this has to do with what Joe was saying. We started this in Ghana and Nigeria, and we're trying to do this so that the people in Jamaica can do it with the people of Jamaica, for the people of Jamaica.
Gotcha.
You know, when the United States sneezes, the people in Jamaica shouldn't get a cold.
This is true. Drink water and you won't get a cold from the US. Simple thing. We'll come back.